Eighth graders, today we're going to talk about the focus of a parabola and being able to identify the focus of a parabola. So the focus of a parabola is a point. In the coordinate plane. And it's on the interior of the parabola and it's on the axis of symmetry. For a parabola in the form y equals ax squared, the focus is at the point 0, 1 over 4a. So if our parabola opened up and this was the axis of symmetry, the focus is going to be a point within the parabola, right on the axis of symmetry. So if we take a look at our example, and we're graphing y equals negative 1/4 x squared, which I would do on my calculator, and then look at the table to make your xy chart. If you look at -4, -4, -2, -1, 0, 0, 2, -1, 4, -4 would be good points to look at. So if I were to graph my parabola, -4, -4, -2, -1, 0, 0, 2, -1, and 4, -4. There's my parabola. And the focus of the parabola is going to be at 0. And then 1 over 4a. So my a value is the negative 1/4. So 1 over 4 times -1/4. 4 times -1/4 is -1. So 1 over -1 is just -1. The focus of my parabola is at 0, -1. Which is here on my graph. So this would be the answer that we're looking for. We're going to identify the focus on each of these three functions. So once again, I would graph them on your calculator. So y equals 2x squared. And then go ahead and look at the table. So your xy chart would be -2, 8, -1, 2, 0, 0, 1, 2, and 2, 8. So if I were to graph this, -2, 8, -1, 2, 0, 0, 1, 2, and 2, 8. Our parabola looks like that. And then to find the focus, 1 over 4 times a is 2. So 1/8 is our y value, so 0, 1/8, that's going to be very near 0, 0. So our focus would be very near the vertex. Go ahead and try 16x squared and negative 3x squared. You're going to graph them and then find the focus. On the next page, write an equation of a parabola with a focus of 0, 4 and a vertex at the origin. Alright, so on y equals ax squared, the focus is at 0, 1 over 4a. So we can say that 1 over 4a has to equal 4. To get the a by itself, we're going to multiply by 4a. So 1 equals 16a, and divide by 16. A is 1/16. So my equation then, if a is 1/16, I can just put that in for a, and y equals 1/16 x squared. Let's try that again. Write an equation of the parabola with a focus of 0, negative 3. So we know that when we have y equals ax squared, our focus is at 0, 1 over 4a. So in this case, 1 over 4a has to equal negative 3. So to solve this for a, we're going to get a out of the denominator. So we multiply by 4a on both sides and get 1 equals negative 12a. Divide by negative 12. A is negative 1/12. So my equation is y equals negative 1/12 x squared. Alright, a bird watcher uses a parabolic microphone to collect and record bird sounds. The cross-section of the microphone can be modeled by y equals 1/24 x squared, where x and y are measured in inches. The focus is located at the end of the receiver arm. What is the length of the receiver arm? So we have a microphone catching sound, and it's sitting in a parabola or a basin, and then the microphone comes out of it. The focus is where the microphone actually is. So if my equation is y equals 1/24 x squared, the focus is at 0, 1 over 4a, and so I fill in a with 1/24, and so I get 1 over 4/24, which is 1 over 1 divided by 4/24. So I keep, multiply by 24/4, and I get 24/4, which is 6. So my focus is at 0, 6, meaning that my receiver arm, if the vertex is at 0, 0, my receiver arm is at 0, 6, the receiver arm would be 6 inches long. Okay, and the last question is, what if the cross-section of the microphone can be modeled by y equals 1/40th x squared? What would the length of the receiver arm be then? So again, we're looking at 0, 1 over 4a. I fill in my a value, so 1 over 4 times 1/40th be 1 over 4/40ths, or 1 divided by 4/40ths. Which would be 1 times 40/4, which is 40/4, and 40 divided by 4 is 10. So in this case, the receiver arm would be 10 inches long. On this back page, you're going to graph the function. You may use your calculator to identify your table values, graph it, and then identify the focus. So what I'm looking for is a graph and an answer that is a point in the coordinate plane that tells me the focus. And then on 5 and 6, you're going to write an equation of the parabola with a vertex at the origin and the given focus. So in this case, I'm looking for the opposite, y equals ax squared, and you're finding what a would equal. And on 7, you're finding an equation again for the cross section of the dish when the receiver is 12 feet from the vertex of the parabola. So if you have a parabola and this is 12 feet, the focus would be 0, 12, and what is the equation in that case as well, if the focus is at 12. Alright, try those 7 problems for homework, and have a great night.